Hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here. Welcome not back to the railway but to Train Simulator. It seems like absolutely ages since I've done some of this, so I thought why not do it today. So, courtesy of Mr. Marcus Horner, who did send me these locos a while ago. He actually bought them for me and sent me the code for them. Amazing generosity there, and I still haven't tried all of the things he sent. So the loco I've picked, I don't know why I clicked on that, is the GWR 4200 class, which is quite a powerful Great Western tank engine. And because it's a Great Western tank engine, I've decided we're going to go on the Great Western Mainline from Reading to Radley. That's about 22 miles, so I'm hoping we can get a decent speed up. It's only got 10 of the 20-ton coal wagons, so it is a goods train today, and I think the loco in question is designed for such things. So we'll get started. I wanted to set it to spring actually, but I totally forgot, so we'll leave that. And yes, at long last, Train Simulator is available in 64-bit, so at long last my PC can use all of its assets, or resources I should say, to run the game properly. Hang on a second, I need my headphones. Right, so, I don't know whether I've ever driven this loco before or not. I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at it. So, it is a 280, which is quite interesting. Quite like the look of that. And yes, we've even got matching Great Western rolling stock, including this lovely towed brake van there on the back, which I really, really like. In fact, I've got one of those. I've got one in 00 gauge. And here we are in Reading then. So, I can't hear anything now. There we are, turn the volume up, that's fixed it. Right, so noticeably I'm on the right hand side, which I believe is correct for Great Western stuff. Quite obviously that is the regulator. This will be the reverser. Yep, we've got the firebox controls there. We've got the different gauges. What's this? Is this going to be the... that's the vacuum chamber and the train pipe. Okay. Blimey, what was that? There we go, the safety valve going off. Thank you for that interruption, it's deafened me and shot my eardrums to pieces. There's the train brake, which I think is what we need to use. We've got an injector there, the large injector. So let's have a look at this gauge then. That is, I reckon that'll be the pressure because it's dropping now. The boiler pressure I should say, because it's dropping now that the safety valve's gone off. Ooh, an interesting view. So I've used straight into the, oh my goodness, to the firebox. Alright, well, we'll keep that shit. What is going on here? So there's different views set up. So you can look out the window, look out that window, back to normal. So there's actually a designated camera for the firebox. Okay, right. I need to switch those off. There we are. And for some reason, everything's gone quiet. Why has everything gone quiet? Oh, I think it's just the safety valve stopped cracking off. That's fine. Right, okay, so we need to get out of this weird camera angle, and we will try and get this train going, shall we? So, yeah, as I say, we've got... Oh, it's off again. So we've got 22 miles to go. ETA 126, which is half an hour or thereabouts. So, yeah, never driven this one before. Goodness knows how it's going to go. Release the old brakes. And I should get a flavour quite early on of how well this is going to go and how easy it's going to be to drive this. What I would like to see. How's that? Can you hear me now? Nearly spoilt things, didn't it? Right, so we're coming up to 125 miles an hour. This coal train is about to accelerate at quite an alarming rate, let's put it that way. And there we are there. So, open up that reverser. The safety valve I hear is going off again, so we are not too worried about the old pressure. There we are, we'll leave it there. Seem to be accelerating nicely. The gradient is completely flat, which is lovely, because I think the last time I did this I was on the S&DJR, which is very nice. We've not got a problem with the S&DJR, but it doesn't half grind. It doesn't half grate on you when you've got so many gradients, up and down, you're forever messing with the controls. With this one it seems, I mean, more than likely I'll be made to eat my words. We'll probably end up at the sort of on the precipice in a second, on the edge of a cliff or something, and I'll have to slam the brakes on. But for the time being it seems to be reasonably flat, and I can't really complain about that. Right, so we are losing pressure, it seems, but I think once again the safety valve's going off again, so I wonder what if we seem to be doing so well on the pressure, I can wind the reverser up a little bit more and we'll get squeeze a bit more acceleration out of it. Well, as you can see, the pressure is dropping alarmingly fast because we're being quite inefficient there. But my goodness, I mean, it's going to have a fair bit of traction, isn't it? Because it's a 280, I think I said it was. Is it? Yeah. So it's going to have a fair bit of traction, but it wasn't guaranteed to have power, was it? And it certainly does. And look, I can almost see the valve gear. I think this actual model on the game, goodness, trees. I think it does have working valve gear. Can you see it? Just there. Wow, this is great. This is great. I love this. I think this has probably been my favourite one to drive so far. It's all going well, it's all going well. We've got 82% full tank, so we don't have to fill that up for a while. We've got 44% coal, so that's doing alright. I was given a tip last time, I can't remember who by, that said when it comes to coal you need a little and often. So I'll do that. In fact, could do it now. There we are, we've got a camera angle for that, look at that. I mean, I think it would hurt to be this close to the fire, wouldn't it? Surely it would. That ringing bell, is that the something, I wanted to say EWS, but it's not that, is it? ABS, that's it. Is it? Yeah. It's supposed to respond to that, I think. I haven't been, but we haven't had our brakes slammed on, so I guess we're doing it alright. I don't remember how to respond to it, but well, it doesn't much matter, does it? See if I can't get this to accelerate a bit more. There we are. I like the fact that you can see out the windows and you've got the nice sort of refractive index or whatever it is on the glass. And I've even seen cars moving around on the road, so I'm not an expert, but I would guess that this is quite a more recent map, shall we say, a more recent route than some of the others I've played, because the graphics seem to be quite good. We're maintaining a pretty good frame rate, as you can see. It's 60 at least for most of it, and a lot of that will be because of the 64-bit, which the game now runs on, so that's quite nice, uses all that memory. So yeah, it's not a particularly fast locomotive, and as a freighter, I suppose that makes some sense. I seem to be stuck at around 38 miles an hour. Although I'll try something actually. I did realise that when I chucked the regulator down once in a while, I was actually able to squeeze a lot more speed out of it. I think it was the 7F that did that, so it's not forced to be the same on a Great Western design. And indeed, yes, we seem to be slowing down a bit, so... No, actually, yeah, there is a sweet spot there. I was going to say the passengers will wonder what we're doing, messing around with these controls like this, but of course we don't have any, so it's not a concern today. Well, the ETA still looks good. We're still at 124, which isn't too bad. So with that, let's do a time lapse. Alright, interrupt the time lapse because we are here in the brake van. Didn't know it was possible to do this, but it is. This is so cool. Unfortunately, the brake van seems to be facing the wrong way, which I didn't do. But that means I can't, unfortunately, get a very good view. I've just got a view of this coal... Sorry, what am I saying here? This wagon. It would be great if the game allowed, you know, somebody to actually be in the brake van here and operate it. It doesn't look as though I can. I wonder if I mess around with the train brake, whether or not... Let's get these menus back up. Whether or not this gauge will turn. I very highly doubt it. Yeah, no, it doesn't, unfortunately. Just release that, make sure we are fully released. Yeah, no, well, it's still, I mean, you can't complain, that's good. Anyway, sorry, I thought you might like to see that. Let's carry on with this time lapse. Okay, that's enough of that. So, we seem to be on a bit more of a gradient now. I mean, it's not a huge one. It's 1 in 1,318, which sounds like a very precise number. Oh no, forget it. We've flattened out again. But yeah, we seem to be maintaining approximately 40 miles an hour, just underneath, which is okay, I think. Let's wind this reverser back a bit. In fact, I reckon we probably need a bit more regulator now. I think that slight incline there has caused us to lose a small amount of momentum, shall we say, but I think it's alright again now. Just need to try and balance it out a bit. Boiler pressure, it's getting a little bit lower, but not dangerously so. I think we can afford to just pull the regulator down and build a bit of that up again. Seem to be doing well. I noticed on previous runs, again I don't know what the protocol is for real life on this, but if you let the water in the tanks obviously run down a little bit, no, not in the tanks, in the actual boiler itself, then it tends to you know, heat up a little bit better, which makes sense because it's a smaller mass of water to have to heat. It's a little bit dangerous obviously because that causes pressure to rise alarmingly, but in situations where well, certainly on the S&DJR when there was a massive incline, that was quite a handy thing to do. Again, whether or not people were allowed to do that, engineers and things were allowed to do that on real railways, I don't know. It sounds a bit of a dodgy thing to do, but maybe it was. But yeah, I noticed once it got down to about 10% full, the pressure was not a problem anymore, which was quite nice. Right. Could write a song on that, couldn't you? Not a very good one, obviously, but anyway, so, you know, it seems to be pretty self-driving at the moment, so why don't we have a quick sort of look at our surroundings here, because as you can see, I mean, we're a bit high at the moment, but as you can see, yeah, we've got quite a lovely looking layout on this. I mean, obviously somebody needs to cut the trees, because we have literally trees growing out of a road coming up here. Look at that. Blimey. Anybody from this local area recognise this road? And are there trees just growing straight out of the tarmac like that? That is a bit worrying, but yeah. Oh my word. Okay, maybe it's not such a great map. What's this, a jump in the road? Blimey. I would not like to live near the Great Western Railway. Can you imagine driving along and finding this just a ramp? Chucks you literally through the air into a load of bushes. Right, okay, not quite sure what to make of that. Not sure why I'm going so slowly either. The train, as you can see, is disappearing into the distance, so I don't know how to go faster. How do I do this? I mean, I want to move a bit faster than this. I guess that's why we're so far in the air. There we are, moving faster now. Because as I say, I noticed there were vehicles and things on the roads, which was very cool. Where's the train? Oh, there it is. Well, it's still going good. I can still see the stats, obviously. We're up to 38.1 miles an hour. Boiler pressure's still dropping a bit. Shall we make an amendment to that then? There we are. Yeah, now I've talked about the cars, I can't see any, but there certainly were some. Let's go up high. Sorry, I know you can't see anything. There we are. Oh, there we go. Now I'm up high. The cars have appeared. Do they not work if I go in close then? Oh yeah, they do. I just quite like that. That was always something on Flight Simulator X when I first started to see cars appearing. I thought that was really quite cool. I mean, the wheels aren't going anywhere, so they're doing permanent drifts. That's a bit odd. But no, I mean, you can't fault that. That's quite a cool effect. Where's the train? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Get a nice little drive-by. What fun. Yep. Very nice. I bet all these... I've noticed there aren't a lot of train spotters around. I mean, you'd expect, especially with a steam loco on the rails, you'd expect a few more train spotters than there are. Water effect's quite nice. There's a bit of reflection going on in there, which is quite nice. Yeah, I think we seem to have left the built-up area now. Oh, we've got a nice sewage bog here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like a water treatment plant, and one of these sort of vats of foul liquid is literally steaming. It's stopped now, but look, there is steam from it. Is that because I'm too close? It stopped. No? Okay, it's just stopped rendering the steam. But yeah, there was literally steam. There we go again. Shooting out of this. I don't want to say what it is. I don't really know myself. But yeah, you got these... or is it a water treatment plant? I think so. This is where it skims all the scum off the top of the water, isn't it? They're not actually working at the moment. But yeah, you can imagine the smell, can't you? Or some farms sometimes have that sort of thing, so yeah, maybe it's a farm. I don't know. We're just making small talk here. Oh, here we go. We've got a bit more built-up area here. Let's see what's going on here. I quite enjoy seeing the way these maps have been put together. So we've got what looks like Coronation Street here. Yeah, quite nice. I mean, every single building seems to be literally identical, but that's fair enough, you know. It's not Sim City, is it? It does its job. We've got a bus going along there, tour bus it looks like, very nice. Let's see if we can get a view from down here on the road of the train going over. Might have to wait a minute. Let's go back. See what the cars will see when the train comes. I don't know where the train is, but if I move, I'll know I'll miss it, so let's just wait here. In fact, I could probably get it to whistle. Oh, blimey, I got run over. Oh, I can hear it, I can hear it. I don't know if you can, it's only quiet. But yeah, maybe, just maybe, it's not far away. Let's try it again. Yeah, it seems to be getting a little bit louder, a little bit louder. Seem to be in a bit of a dangerous spot just here, standing right in the middle of the traffic. But I'm a train spotter. Train spotters do silly things. There we go, look. Lovely. Such a fleeting glance, isn't it? But wouldn't it be amazing just to be driving along here and... oh, police. Better get out of the road. Not a good idea. Yeah, it would be great to just be driving along and see a 4200 running by. That would be very nice. Right, better go and catch this train then, hadn't we? Or catch up to it. Tell you what, if we come across... Let's go ahead a little bit. And let's see if we can find some station platforms. See if we can't practice our station stopping. I know it's not a scheduled stop. But it can't hurt, can it? Because when we have got to stop, I need to know that I can stop the train properly, because I've never done it before with this one. So, what's this up here? Is this a train station? Because we could do with a little stop and let the boiler pressure build up again. I think it might be, you know. I think it might be a station. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know now. I'm not convinced. Oh, it is. It is. It is. Okay. Well, we've got quite a way to go yet. I mean, it's not going fast, so we're only going at 35, so it won't take long to stop. So here we go. Let's stop here. Let's find out what station this is while we're waiting for the train. Oh, it's Colsey, apparently. Yeah. Well, it's dead, isn't it? There's nobody here. I don't know why we'd bother stopping, but we will. Welcome to Colsey. Well, thank you. Slight corruption going on there with the sign. And it is indeed 12:59, working clocks. You see, I've not seen that before on this game. It's quite good. What have we got here then? Car insurance, 20% discount online. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Right, back to the engine then. We'll try and stop at Colsey. If that is indeed how you say it. I don't know that it is for sure. Right, how far are we? It's not a scheduled stop, so it doesn't tell me how far we are away. But, yeah, it's not far off now. So, regulator down. We'll set the reverser to 0. I don't know whether you can just leave it. I suppose you can. Yeah, we're getting close. So, let's do a nice gentle stop. I know we haven't got to consider the feelings of our coal. But it would be nice to do a smooth stop, wouldn't it, nonetheless? There we are, station's approaching. Just slowing down quite gently here. And then when I get to about 20 miles an hour I might release the brakes depending on how far away we are. No, we seem to be on a good trajectory, let's say that. Perhaps we are slowing down a little too soon. Ah! Release. Yeah, we're going to crawl to a halt I think before it's time. Go on. How embarrassing. Running. It'll give the guys on the road a bit of a show, won't it? I suppose. We'll say that's it. Yeah, that's why I did that. Just to give them a bit of a show. Mind you, we don't want to go too quick. Right, how are we doing? Oh, there are some people here now. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they don't get drawn in, do they? Until the train gets a bit closer. So I guess that makes some sense. Here we are. Right, let's try and do this nicely, shall we? Release. So you release the brake just before you're about to stop, and that should produce a really nice, gentle slowdown. Well, I did it a bit too soon. No, that's good. Look at that. I mean, this guy's ungrateful. He's getting such a good performance from me, and yet he's not even looking. But I know what I did, and so do you. Right. Well, let's leave it on apply, shall we? And let's leave it on running. I think we can... I don't know what happens if we press that button, because nobody's going to get on, are they? But there we go. There's our little stop. Let's use this opportunity to reload the firebox a little bit. Oh, somebody's come along to have a look at the engine. God, he's got a bit of a limp, hasn't he? What's the matter with him? Looks like he's got something... well, let's not go there. But have we got cylinder drain cocks on this? Cylinder cocks, yeah. They need to be opened up. Do they work? Oh, they probably won't do anything until... Oh yeah, they are working. Look, you can just about see them there. How do we get on this free camera again? What button was it? There it is. We can have a better look, can't we? There we are. They're fizzing very slightly, as you can see. We've got another bit of a fizz going on here. Yeah, it's quite nice, this, and I love the sort of reflectiveness of the tanks there. It's quite nice. Let's see if we can have a good look at that valve gear while we're here. That was a bit dark. Oh no, you can just about see some of it. There's not much going on, is there? But I did just just spot a little bit of movement under there, which was quite cool. Oh my word! Hello. This is weird. Somebody's watching them from inside the controls. Ah! Oh dear. Looks a bit intense, doesn't he? Why is he so dirty? Should be this chap that's dirty, but he is, I guess. What's he seen? Oh, he's got no hair. Sorry, I don't know why I found that funny. Right, let's stop this. Oh, what's he doing with that hand? It's shaking very slightly. He's shaking with anticipation, obviously. Right, well, he's supposed to be shoveling coal, and I can hear him shoveling it, but he's standing stock still. Oh, hello. You don't look very impressed. Oh my God, that is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. And this guy looks like he's not having such a good day. Probably best not to get up in his face. Right, I think that's long enough. We've got a bit of our old pressure back. So let's get ready, shall we? Let's get ready to roll. Release the brakes. Wait for that pressure gauge to roll up. And we should be getting some real puffing of smoke out the front. Yes, we are. And now that we've started, we can close the cylinder drain cocks. I think that's the way we're supposed to do it. And of course, we can set the brakes to running. There we are. We can pull the reverser back some. Open the regulator a bit more. And we should get us some decent acceleration. I'll shut the firebox now. And we'll see if my thoughts hold true at all, because the tanks now, or the boiler, is getting a little bit low on the old water. So possibly we will see a little bit more of a spurt of power from this. Or probably more likely a terrifying explosion of some sort. But yeah, we've got 9 miles to go, so no more messing around now. We'll get to it. We've got some black smoke. That means the fire is unhealthy, doesn't it? I don't know what I can do about that. There should be. Is there a blower I can use? That might help us with the pressure. Yeah, switch that on. I don't think this is actually the right time to be using the blower. But I'm not worrying about that sort of thing. Go on, a bit more. There we are. I think the blower is only supposed to be on, I think, when the firebox is open. Is that so? Don't know. I don't know. Seems to be helping anyway. Or does it? I don't know. Well, that's a very acid green field over there, isn't it? Blimey. The smoke's not so black now, so perhaps we're... yes, perhaps the blower's done its job, in fact. Maybe that's... maybe we're burning a bit better now. Well, that's good, that's good. I'll take that. There we go. Well, we're not speeding up in quite the way we were, but we are accelerating at the moment, so we'll leave it at that. Or will we? No. That's still accelerating us? Yeah, for some reason I seem to be struggling to get up to that 40 miles an hour point. Oh. Oh no, I don't want to apply. Release. There we are. Just making sure the brakes are set properly. Right, what else can I do, I wonder? The cylinder drain cocks are definitely off. Let's switch the blower off again and see what that does. See if that makes a difference. Yeah. The boiler pressure seems to be climbing a little bit again, so that's alright. Ideally, I want to have a bit more reverser on. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's use a bit of our pressure. Let's nominate, say, 180 psi, and when we get to that, we'll start saving it again. But if I set the reverser to 18% like it is now, we seem to be accelerating again. So let's do that. And I need to keep an eye on the on the water as well, because we've only got 12% in there. But we're speeding up, which is a good thing. That's very good. Okay, we're doing well. We're doing well. I don't know if the ETA of 126 is still standing, because it hasn't moved from there, has it? So yes, that's probably not going to happen, is it? But we'll see. You never know. Only 8.5 miles to go. Oh no! Need to respond. So there it is. There's the... oh, it's the ATC acknowledgement. Alright. Hasn't touched my brakes, has it? No, it hasn't. Okay, so that I haven't. That's the first time in about, what, 10 miles that I've actually had to do that. So why that's suddenly a problem, I don't know, but I will need to look out for that then. %. Okay, oh, we're speeding up again. Excellent. Well, we're perfectly flat, so any speed, any momentum we pick up is all entirely down to the loco. I'm not relying on any slopes today. Oh, yes I am. We've hit a slight gradient. 1 in 1,508, I think, if I'm reading that right. So that's not so bad. And yes, the pressure is doing well. We're building good pressure, but I'm conscious of the fact that the water is getting low, so I'm going to save because I might need to come back to it. Yeah, let's turn on the injectors, shall we? It's not the not the what's it called? I've forgotten completely what that is. The regulator. Knock that down a little bit just so that we're not losing too much pressure. And if I can, I'm going to keep it at around 10% so that we're not having to heat an awful lot of water. Because I don't want to be all day about it today. So it's filling up quite nicely. We obviously don't have such a massive boiler as the likes of the 7F or whatnot. Although having said that, it is relatively large. But certainly not close to the likes of the 7F or anything like that. But yes, it's noticeably a bit more nippy, this loco. Everything seems to happen faster. You can boil the water faster, you can speed up faster, slow down faster, that sort of thing. Quite like that. The 7F was a bit like that, in fact. There are locos, I bet the 9F is pretty good too, but there are some of the larger locos that are a bit more cumbersome, aren't they? The Bullet Pacifics, I suppose, were a bit more cumbersome, but they weren't too bad. But I did struggle with those, I seem to recall. Right, well, we have a warning signal here. It's on yellow, and I do need to hit that. There we are. Acknowledge that. I think we're having to acknowledge it now because we've got warning signal. Perhaps earlier on they were all just green for go. But yeah, now it looks like we're having to acknowledge that possibly we might have to get stopped by a red signal at some point. So I do need to keep an eye out for these different signals. just because I suppose that's what the what this acknowledgement business is all about, just for safety's sake, the ATC. So where did I get ABS from? Is it called ABS perhaps on another system? I don't know. Right, we can open the regulator a bit more now, see if we can squeeze a bit more speed out of it. Because the pressure is doing so well. Look, certainly don't want the safety valve going off, because then we've wasted all that well-earned pressure. I don't know what that bell was for. Is that for this? Oh yes. Oh no, we've got a green signal there, so we're good. Knock the regulator down again, just for a second, while I fill up my water tank again, or the boiler. It's not the tank. I'm not filling the tank. There's no way to do that, unfortunately, unless we stop at a water tower, and I don't know whether this route has got any. Possibly it doesn't. I don't know. Right, we need to be careful now with the pressure, because we seem to be losing some. Oh gosh, we're changing tracks. That means that we're probably getting into position, ready to stop later on. That's all good. Okay, back up to 10%, so let's switch the old injector off again. Now, are we speeding up or slowing down? Yes, we're slowing down a little bit, so that reverser again. No, regulator. Getting my terminology mixed up. Oh no, we don't want to be setting it into reverse. I set us into reverse for a second there. Not a good idea. Yes, I wonder if we are on a bit of an incline here then. What the signal's doing. Yeah, oh, I think we're on red. Have I got to stop then? Oh my god. Yes, I know. I can't tell whether that's... Oh no, we're okay. That was red though, right? Oh my word. But the one before was on green. I always thought you get a bit of warning. Right, so I obviously need to look a bit sooner then, don't I? But for the time being, got to turn this regulator down a touch, because we are losing pressure. We are. There are people that say you can drive without touching the regulator at all. I think it was Why Not said his granddad says you don't need to touch the regulator if you know what you're doing. I assume that's once you're up to speed, obviously, and not just starting and stopping, obviously. Right, open up the injectors again. There we are. Yes, we seem to be. It seems to be sort of really drinking the water. It seems to be very water hungry, let's say. So I might fill us up a little bit further beyond 7%, because what it does is we're cooling things right down by injecting new water, and it takes me all of that time to get the boiler pressure back up again, and then as soon as I get there we're ready to open it up again. We're down to 5% water, so yeah, I might go up to 15 this time and just see if that helps us. It's a good job we're on the flat, actually, because if we were going up an incline... Oh, that signal's on green, good. If we're going up an incline, we'd pretty sure we'd struggle. But we're doing okay, we're doing okay. Might as well open up the firebox again while we're at it. And bung the blower on. Again, I think you're supposed to have the blower on only when you're when the firebox is shut or open. I can't remember. It's one or the other. Not a very good driver, is it? I'm safe. I'm safe. It's safe to say. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. The boiler pressure's on the up again. Goodness knows how, because I've got the injectors on. But whatever that's the case, we'll take it, I think. Obviously the blower's done us some good. Yeah, the blower must be used when the firebox is open then. That must be it. Yeah, because the boiler pressure is really climbing now. So that's it. That's obviously the right thing to do. At least I think so. Let me know if that's not true. Well then, let's get some of this speed back up again. In fact, we can't really afford to. Just a little regulator there. Could do with the pressure jumping up a little bit further before I start accelerating crazily again. Right, 3.94 miles. We're approaching. We're approaching. We're on the final leg of the trip, as it were. I seem to have done this halfway competently. I won't say competently because, yeah, I don't believe I've been following protocols as I should have been. But oh my word, it's all right. It's all right. It's just a level crossing. Always freaks me out when I hear that. But yeah, we haven't crawled to a halt. We stopped in an orderly fashion because I decided I wanted to stop. So it's not as though I had to grind to a halt accidentally. And during that stop, I opened the cylinder drain cocks, did what I was supposed to. And I built up the boiler pressure a little bit, just to do things in the proper way. So I'm quite enjoying this. This seems to be going quite nicely. Right. Let's see if we can speed up a little bit. There we are. We're accelerating. And the boiler pressure's good. In fact, I don't think we've dropped below about 170, have we? I don't think I've seen us in the 60s, in the 160 psi, so quite pleased with that. Sorry folks, you're getting a nice flyby. I'll give you the whistle, but there we are, a very brief whistle there. But I haven't got time to stop, We're supposed to be there at 3:24. In fact, that's not looking too unreasonable, is it? What's that? What, 6 minutes, 7 minutes to do 3 miles? That doesn't sound too horrendously impossible. And we're accelerating. We're up to nearly 40 miles an hour now. For the first time since the first few minutes. Hey, we're going over quite an impressive looking river there. I don't know the area, so I couldn't tell you what river it is, but I bet there are people out there that could. I didn't look at those signals, but yeah, we're not far away. All the stations are coming thick and fast now. I tried to choose routes with lots of stations that I can stop at and things, but we've not seen many. I reckon we've been through perhaps 2 so far. One that I stopped at, one that I didn't, or maybe it was 3, and that's the 4th perhaps. But yeah, not bad, not bad. This is quite enjoyable. Right, let's wind this reverser back again because I've noticed the pressure's on the way down. Yeah, you've just got to keep an eye on it, haven't you? There we are. We're up to a good speed now. Let's open up the. Let's start refilling us again, because actually I noticed when I put the blower on and opened the firebox, the pressure seemed to increase at a rate that I've not seen before. Another station then, Culham station, quite nice. Enter it under a big bridge. Yeah, it's fairly busy. Nice car park there. There we are. So that's Culham, been and gone. See if we can see what these next signals are doing. Yeah, we're still on green. That's it. So we can still carry on as we were. Very good. Oh, look at that. You even got a realistic water gauge. There we are, look. Or something. And we are on the flat, and we are not accelerating at the moment, so that ought to tell you how low we are. Let's have a look. So yeah, you can't really read that gauge from where you are, which is why I suppose they give you that extra camera angle. Makes sense. Yes, right. We're less than 2 miles away. We're less than 2 miles away. That's very reassuring. And I think this is the most I've ever enjoyed a train simulator session. It's been very easy, don't get me wrong. It's been a very flat route. We've got a short and quite a light train. But perhaps that's what I need. I'm not the best driver, so I reckon this is a good way to do it. Ooh, can I open the window? I think so. I can at least mess with the lever for the window. Oh, there we go. Ah, fresh air. Lovely. Splendid. Right, let's speed us up again then. I know we don't really need to now, but might as well. Right, blower off. Thank you. Another bridge coming up. We've got some black smoke. I suppose we will have, because things have all cooled down now. But we're doing well on the PSI front. Things seem to be climbing very nicely. So we'll accelerate, we'll use some of that pressure. Looks like a big lake or a reservoir or something going on here. Very nice. Right, well I think we can start thinking about slowing down then. We've almost made it. So let's kick the regulator. We can set the reverser down to 0 because that's all we're going to need. Although perhaps not. I'll leave it up just in case I do need an extra burst of speed later on, because if it's anything like last time I slowed down a bit too soon. Still good on the signals, are we? Yep. Still green for go. Excellent. The pressure is sky high. I hope we're not going to blow up. Safety valve I thought went off before 190 psi. Yeah, it's not far off. It's not far off. Most pleasant. What a nice engine. Let's see if we can have one last look at that valve gear. I swear I did see it working. Yeah, I can't get a view of it now. Oh yes I can. It's just a bit dark. Yeah, I quite like that. Right, we're going to have to start this slow down then because we're not far away. So let's do same again. Just apply it very slightly. And leave it on running. There we are, that's your safety valve, it's gone off. There we go. I don't think I've ever finished a scenario with pressure to spare. That's it's quite an achievement for me. Not an achievement in general, of course. Should be a given really, but for me I'm quite pleased with that. Although we are in some danger now of overshooting. I'd say real danger. Doesn't matter though, right, as long as some of the train is in the station. Fly. We now have emergency brakes applied. Oh, drat. I knew I had to ruin it. I had to ruin it. Oh, that's alright. Okay, I've done it apparently. Well, I'm going to leave. I'm going to keep going because I want to fix my slight botch. There we are. Let's release. Release. Mush. I want to go back. There we are. I'll fix this. Don't you worry. I'm not leaving this scenario until at least part of the train is in the station. And that has now been fulfilled. Yeah, excuse me just using the actual controls. I know I shouldn't really. Right, set my reverser back to 0 if I can. No, it doesn't matter. There we are. And brakes, please. There we are. Looks better. Slam them on. There we are. And now I am satisfied. There we go. Got a bit carried away there. I think it was, yeah, I got distracted by something or other. Anyway, there we go. Stopped at 0 of 1 destinations. Right, well that's not quite true. I did stop at the end. Picked up 0 out of 0 freight. Okay, that's making me feel bad. Rail engines experienced. What does that mean? I didn't notice any. It's just all at the 47 minutes. All right. Okay, well, I haven't been given a high score or anything like that. I suppose that's only for the scenarios and things. But no, I really did enjoy that, and I hope you did as well. I hate to say it, but maybe I am slightly improving at these things. No doubt if I went on to the S&D jar again, I would mess it up. But no, I hope you enjoyed that. Once again, if there's anything else you'd like me to try on Train Simulator, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon, folks. Cheers, everybody.